Amsterdam is a very charming, beautiful city. When you walk along the canals, you will enjoy its beauty, its charm. And then suddenly there is one house among all those others that is empty. And that emptiness reflects also the emptiness of 60,000 other places here, 60,000 people, Jews who were deported and murdered from this city. And that makes it also a place that stands out amidst all those other places, hundreds, thousands of them probably in Europe, that bear the memory of the Second World War and the Holocaust. It is something that goes back to Anne's father, who was the only survivor of those who were in hiding here. When he returned from Auschwitz in 1945, he basically found an empty house. The emptiness of this museum obviously also reflects his own emptiness, having lost his family.
For anyone that hasn't been here, when you go in and it's completely empty inside, but it's very meaningful. It almost means more because it's empty, and you just can imagine people in there and the life that they sacrificed, and it's really important. It's a piece of our history, so I wouldn't miss it, and I pay to go in every time we come. So it just doesn't, and changes your perspective every time you go.
Because she was just such a young girl, and something to happen to her, like, so traumatic.
And the fact that
it's kind of an inspiration for other people.
When you think about the future of the Anne Frank house, the first thing that comes to mind is preserving the character of the house. This is a place that is frozen in time. The secret annex in 2014 is more or less the secret annex of 1960, and is, under my responsibility at least, also the secret annex in 2020. When it comes to change, I think our other responsibility, educating young people, morally educating young people, what do we learn from this history and why is it important for them? Obviously, that has to do with the life they are living, and those lives are changing rapidly. And obviously it's important for us, for our educational work, to follow those changes, to look into those changes, to see what those lives are about and how we can reach out to them in the most effective way in order to carry out that task. The challenge in our educational mission is very much to see how we will be able to reach out to these young people in the upcoming years in the most effective way.
So the original idea was just to have a new script on stage dealing with the story of Anne Frank in today's language for a younger audience, because our task group are teenagers of today. Telling them a story with a context maybe it is not still aware to them, and also to have the play based on the fully access of the diary and the archives of the family. The idea was really to bring her down to earth. She was or is used as an icon, Anne Frank, but she was just a 14-year-old girl with her wishes, feelings, fantasies. She was not a genius, but she was a very good and smart young teenager. So we just wanted to have the real picture, or as close as possible, the real picture of a young girl, Anne, who didn't survive the war.
First I was acting, but as an amateur I was already skating, giving shows, giving exhibitions here in Switzerland. Then I started my acting career, but then came the offer for big ice shows. The first one was an English ice show, and that was naturally a very inviting thing right after the war, London. There we started, my partner and I. Then we went to a Danish ice review, and from there to Holiday on Ice. And with Holiday on Ice, I was 11 years on tour worldwide. I had two lives, I still have two lives. It's my acting, and it's Anne Frank. And it's mostly Anne Frank since a long time, since her diary became so world famous. I work for the Anne Frank funds, and I get many mails, many requests to speak about Anne. That is the biggest part of my life. Margot, her sister, was a wonderful girl too, but she was different from Anna. Margot was a quiet girl, a reading girl. I remember her only reading. Anna had so much fun. We were two wild kids. And Margot was more quiet, but she was a lovely girl too. And Otto Frank always said, the whole world speaks about Anna and no one about Margot, and that made him very sorry. The story of the Frank family is in Frankfurt. Since the 17th century, all the material that we have now, they should go back to where the Frank family existed until the Nazis took power. That was Frankfurt. Frankfurt is actually the home of the Frank family. And all the material should go back there. Anna Frank's message is my hope. Anna Frank's message for peace between mankind, no matter what nationality, no matter what color of skin, no matter what, just that people could live together in peace, no matter what differences. Peace was hope of Anna, that's my hope too.